Hello everyone! In this video, I'll show you how to model a shoe last in Rhino. Since this is a fairly complex and lengthy process, the video will be divided into 4 parts. In this first part, we'll see how to trace and position an image in 3 views. We'll start by choosing an image, dragging it onto the screen and inserting it as a picture. We'll draw a rectangle by 2 points and position our image in the top view. We'll rename the layer Picture. We create a new layer named 2D, make it active and lock the picture layer. We'll change the color of the 2D layers to the blue. We'll begin tracing the 3 views. We'll select the curve by point interpolation command, disable snap, disable history, disable ortho, and trace the bottom of the shape in the side view. We'll adjust the various points and continue by tracing the top of the shape. With curve by interpolation again. After that, we draw the side curves. Let's remember the 3-point rule, where the first and third points are the start and the end of the curve, and the central point determines the curvature. Let's modify the various points until we obtain the desired shape. The gumball is particularly useful, and when we click on the window, we can move the object in both the X and Y dimensions. Go on by adjusting. When you're done, let's save and proceed to trace the top view of the shape. In this case, the curve will be closed. So let's remember the 3-point rule and try to follow the profile as simply as possible. Before you close the curve, reactivate the snap with snap end to close the curve. Let's adjust the various points to obtain the desired shape. Remember, as less points as better. I mean, it's easier to adjust and to find the right shape. Try to simplify as much as possible. Now let's trace the internal part still of the top view, and adjust the points to perfectly follow the shape using the gumball. If you use the gumball arrows, you can only move on the horizontal axis, which is red axis, or the vertical axis, which is the green axis. With the window, movement is free on the plane. Finally, let's move on to the front view. Let's deactivate the snaps again and draw a shape that's as regular as possible without being perfectly aligned with the image view, which seems a little bit distorted, or probably there's some artifact or some perspective deviation. Okay, let's adjust the points. As usual, keep it as simple as possible. Okay, let's save again. At this point, we have 3 views. Now we are going to draw a couple of reference lines. That's why we have to activate snap. We keep only quad and we use a line command. Draw a line with ortho activated as well, and the second line from the ends of the shape. After that, select the SHOELAST in the side view, deactivate the image for a better view. Also flag near and intersection snap. Take the left quad point and move it horizontally to the intersection with the vertical line on the left. This way we have aligned the heel. Okay? Now select the side view again by dragging the window from left to right. Take the line command and draw a line horizontally from right to left. Okay. Select 2D scale and scale the object by dragging origin on the left, reference point on the right point of the shoe and dragging to the right. After that, we are going to draw 2 more vertical lines from top view. And in this case, we want to align our side view to these lines. To do this, we draw a circle with its center in the heel quadrant and the radius at the intersection of the 2 lines. We select the curve, we take rotate to the command, center to the heel, and 2 points as shown. That way, okay, that way it's aligned, and we can delete the circle. Draw another circle as shown. Okay. And this time rotate to this curve, this front curve, to align with this reference point. This point You can also delete the circle and the reference lines. At this point, I'm gonna save as well. I'm going to position the three views around the origin of the reference system. This is very useful in the near future operations we are going to do. Okay, so select side view, front view, top view, and move to be a little bit more distant. Okay. Okay. This time from the perspective, in the perspective view, select the side view and rotate it through the gumball, the view, with the green, with the red arc, right? Okay, I erase the geometry with the green arrow or blue arrow, depends on user. Select the front view, use the blue arc and rotate it 90 degrees again. Then, with the green arc, I rotate the view upwards by 90 degrees. With the blue arrow, I move it away a little, and at this point I have correctly oriented the three views. For now, I'll leave the front view unaligned. I go to the top view and identify the overall dimensions by drawing a bounding box through the Analyze menu. So I select the curve, I go to Analyze, bounding box and press Enter. At this point, with the snaps active, specifically intersection, I go for the line command and draw a line from left intersection to the right. I can delete the bounding box and go for the extend curve command. Pick the right end and the left end of the line and extend the curve beyond the shape of the SHOELAST. Okay, go back to perspective view, and at this point we have the various references. Let's save. At this point, we need to assign colors to the various geometries to simplify the association we will make later. Let's select these two curves and assign a green color. If it is not very visible, choose a darker, more contrasting color, for example, red. Then we go select the central axis and the two curves of the side view and choose a dark green color. At this point, we select the two curves of the front view and assign a magenta color. That's all for now. Part 2 will follow.